Now, President Trump is finally laying out a plan to go after high prescription drug prices. Now, this is something that he said he was going to do during his campaign. Well, finally, I mean, look, we're getting killed by these high drug prices, so great. If we can do something about it that actually helps the problem, wonderful. So, now, according to a senior administration official, the White House is now planning to issue a blueprint that represents, quote, the most comprehensive plan to tackle prescription drug affordability of any president. So, look, we knew who came up with that. They wrote that in. Look, any president, most comprehensive prescription drug plan of anybody. Really? Oh, okay. Well, what are the details then? I mean, are we actually going to give Medicare the ability to lower prescription drug prices? That's something that Donald Trump had promised during the campaign. It was a great idea. It was a Bernie Sanders idea, for example. So, is that what we're going to do? Asked if the plan would include direct negotiations by Medicare, the administration official said, quote, no, we are talking about something completely different. Sad. I know. Now, the president's plan will make it easier, they say, for private plans to negotiate better deals for our seniors, especially for high-cost medications, said the senior administration official who spoke on the condition of anonymity, probably because later on Donald Trump will end up undercutting him and saying something completely different. So what does the plan actually say? What does that mean? Basically, he wants to let private insurance companies negotiate prices with drug companies. But wait, what's preventing them from doing so before? Oh, nothing. At least there's no law preventing it. But he wants to encourage them. We're going to make it easier somehow, but there's no specifics laid out on how they're actually going to do that. And we're going to try and encourage them to do so. Oh. So basically, nothing. That's the plan. We're not doing anything. Now, the theme, get this, of the president's initiative is, quote, American patients first. So let me get into the details of what that means. The New York Times explains, the plan takes aim at what the White House calls foreign freeloading. The administration will, as expected, put pressure on foreign countries to relax drug price controls in the belief that pharmaceutical companies can then lower prices in the United States. So, foreign countries, you're doing something wrong by keeping your prices too low. You need to raise your prices so that they can lower it here in America. That's their plan. But wait a minute, why would they do that? Why would they lower prices in the United States if they don't have to? Oh, but no, we're going to give them the incentive. Or maybe the drug companies are just going to make even more money. Oh my God. I mean, look, can you imagine? Our company made $16.7 billion this year. I think that's a little bit too much. I think what we need to do is lower our prices, but if only the socialist countries over in Europe were to do it first, then we could lower prices in America. No, that's not, no. That makes no sense in the world. My God, man. Now, furthermore, in a statement, the White House essentially put the blame on other countries in socialism. In fact, they said, quote, other countries use socialized healthcare to command unfairly low prices from U.S. drug makers. This places the burden of financing drug development largely on American patients and taxpayers, subsidizes foreign consumers, and reduces innovation and the development of new treatments. And yet, here in America, we have innovation. Innovation isn't stifled at all. And in fact, profits for big pharmaceutical companies have soared. They're some of the wealthiest corporations in America. They're getting away with murder. In fact, I think I just quoted somebody who said that. Someone who happens to be the president of the United States. But of course, the GOP plan is, well, it's the socialists. See, it's all their fault because they actually have low prices and they pay less for their health care and they pay less for their prescription drugs. How dare they? How dare they? We got to go after them. We got to punish them. But wait a minute. There's no evidence that that's the case. No, the real reason that prices are so high here is because in America, we're suckers. We think the free market is going to, by its own volition, through the goodness of their own hearts, is going to lower prescription drug prices. Are you kidding me? These companies, all they care about is their shareholders. All they care about is shareholder profit. That's what a big corporation is there for. It is a legal fiction. And all it's there to do is to extract as much profit as they can out of the people and to give it to their shareholders. That's the whole point of a corporation. And so, look, this is why the reliance in the so-called free market, which isn't free at all, is why we have the highest drug prices in the world. We're idiots that won't allow our government to negotiate drug prices and to put in price controls, and will not allow our government to institute a single-payer healthcare plan. But my individual freedoms. God. Stupid. We're suckers. We're idiots. So, now what's Trump going to do? Mr. Trump plans to criticize brand name drug manufacturers for setting high list prices and for trying to stifle competition by delaying the marketing of lower cost generic drugs. He is also expected to criticize pharmacy benefit managers, saying they profit from rebates paid by drug companies but do not pass on much of the savings to patients. So, Donald Trump's plan is to do nothing but say mean things while these corporations rake in record profits. In fact, one analyst told MarketWatch, quote, "We expect President Trump's upcoming speech on lowering drug prices to be rhetorically critical of pharmaceutical manufacturers and the supply chain. But he will not propose actions that actually threaten drug makers' ability to set high prices for their product." Oh my gosh. Okay. There's more. There's more. I mean, look, when he was running, at the very least, he said it would consider allowing us to import cheaper drugs from Canada. I mean, that doesn't stop corporations from being able to mark up their prices here in the United States, but maybe we could import some drugs from Canada or something, right? I mean, that's an incredibly popular idea. Again, something talked about by Bernie Sanders, but also by Republicans. Ted Cruz even said, you know what, that might not be a bad idea. Well, is he going to do that? I think you already know the answer to that question. Alex Azar, Secretary of Health and Human Services, and Dr. Scott Gottlieb, Commissioner of the FDA, have said that they are opposed to that idea. And of course, President Trump has not endorsed, has not said anything about putting that into effect. So basically, no, we're not doing this. We're not going to import drugs from Canada. So, there we go. That's the Donald Trump plan. Basically, yell at pharmaceutical companies. Wow. Oh, man, that big change. He's really breaking up the system. He's really sticking it to those drug manufacturers, man. Sticking it to those drug companies. Look, if you thought Donald Trump ever gave a shit about you and how much you pay for your health insurance and how much you pay for prescription drugs, then you have been conned. You are a sucker of the highest order, and you have been conned hook, line, and sinker. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.